Hey, JB here. Welcome to the channel. I got a good one today. Not only is it going to help you remember your notes and help you journal better, but it's going to give you a secret to really getting your time back, slowing it down, and becoming more present. I love this. So let's get into it. Okay, welcome to the studio today where I have a box of stuff. I mean a big bag of stuff. And in here are all my old journals. These are journals that I've been keeping for years and years and years. And within that, we have this little green spiral notebook that I absolutely love. This is my first real official journal. And if you look at it here, you can see it says the Success Journal. And this was actually 11/7. It has to be of 1995, so that's 95, 2005, 2005, I can't even do the math. What 95 to 2005 is 10 years, 15 was 20 years, and then 21. So 26 years ago, I wrote in this journal. And I have, look, January 1st by 1996, be financially stable. New car, I got an Altima in 1/10/96. And then in 97, a Jaguar. I eventually got that Jaguar. But it's awesome, this journal, and it really cements in my life where I'm at today. And as you know, I've created the Get It Done Now program. This is the telephone book, we call it. We also have new journals now. This is an old program that I do over at morningcoach.com. But we're not going to get into that today. We're going to get into something that's going to help you, and that is called anchoring in notes and journals. So whether you use an e-ink device like a Remarkable 2, a paper, Onyx, you've got to get in the habit of really utilizing the tools properly. And one of these tools is a journal, okay? Now, if you look in our Get It Done Now journal, like I said, in here, you'll see that on the right side of the page is a journal for every day, okay? And in that journal is where you're gonna write things down. If you're using the smaller one, and again, I'll put links down below, you'll see that on the right side, you have the smaller page of the journal. And on the left side, you have all of our stuff, which that's later for the program. But anyways, we're getting into journaling, right? So anywhere you keep your journal, whether it's on paper, the Remarkable, wherever it is, there's a technique that can really help you out. And that has to do with anchoring. So when I look back at my journal and I go through these pages and I look at 2/6/96 and I look at my goals, and I was selling health club memberships at the time. I mean, I was looking to get $1,000 saved by 6/17/96, which was my birthday. Just save $1,000. Financial independence. It's so funny, some of these. JB doing more than $30,000 a month in sales. That's in sales. So 2 deals a day. So it's just kind of, I'm looking at these goals. But basically, the thing that I want to talk to you today is not just about putting your goals in there, which is fantastic. But the other thing we want to do is we want to put down moments that you'll remember, anchoring moments. Now, anchoring moments are typically things that we remember, and the one I'm going to use as a negative one is 9/11. So we remember those towers getting hit, and it anchors in our mind, and you can remember where you were at. You can remember the time, and you can remember what was happening. The problem is when we allow external anchoring, then we can't utilize what I'm going to teach you today, and that's to take over time, to really understand the relativity of time and how we can get control back. Okay, so if I look at this, I anchored this at 12:21 a.m. And typically what I would tell you in a journal is to write the date, write the time. This actually happened on 12/30/1995 at 12:21, okay, that I just seen chaos. He had cactus in his mouth, and I'm moving into cowboys, except for a couple things. So I remember that day that I went and saw my dog, who was chaos at the time, this German Shepherd that I rescued, and he had this cactus in his mouth, and I was moving into a new house at that time, and it anchors me, it takes me back to that time. So anchoring is utilizing some point of reference. For example, this weekend was just a Super Bowl. If you watch the Super Bowl, utilizing the Super Bowl as an anchoring point, that I watched the Super Bowl and Tom Brady won the Super Bowl and I remember it, and then go about the things that you are going to write. Like I put in here, I watched Apollo 13 with Sonia. It was fun. That was a friend of mine. So writing that stuff down will help you anchor whatever it is that you're trying to learn or trying to remember. Now, here's the real secret. This is where journaling and why I put it in my system is so important. I don't want journaling to be a task. I don't want you to have to do it every single day. That's when it becomes more work. When I work with people in my coaching systems or e-ink here or tech or whatever, it's all about making your life easier. Not adding stacks of paper to your life, right? Not adding stacks of paper on your desk or more to-dos. So journaling is a great way for retention, and it's a great way to look back at your life, right? And look at this and go, wow, you know? But the other thing it does is it really can help you cement time. So I look at this book, this takes me back kind of like a time machine back to 1995, 1996. It is a time machine as I read through it. It's amazing. Just like YouTube now is kind of a time machine. I'll watch this in 20 years if I'm still here on this planet. But the thing that's cool about time and understanding it is when you write in your journal, and let's say you wrote 2 days ago, and let's say you don't write for a week in your journal, and you do what I'm telling you, date it, time it, and put a point of reference, something you're doing to anchor it. What's going to happen is 2 weeks, you're going to go to that journal and you're going to flip to the page and you're going to open it up and you're going to start to write and you're going to go back and look and go, gosh, I didn't write for 2 weeks. And my challenge to you is, what did you do in those 2 weeks? Because what the journal ultimately does is it helps you remember, it helps you anchor, but it helps you get in the moment. It helps you slow everything down so you realize I'm here today. And it helps you take care of all that time where you're just running a million miles an hour as time is speeding up. 51 years old today, it's getting a lot faster than it was when I was 21. Technology's moving faster, things are moving faster. So a journal, handwritten, e-ink written. I don't really like typed journals because, as you know, as I say, you write from your heart when you're with your hand and you type from your head, and I really like you to connect with the journal by hand. But what I want you to do is connect and then see that time. So there are times where literally I haven't journaled for years. I have this whole bag of journals, but there's years that I've skipped. And when I look back at my life at those years that I didn't journal, they're like that. I don't remember anything that happened in there. So what the journal does, whether you journal every month or every couple days or every week, is it brings you back to now, to the important time, and it slows things down. And you look, okay, for a couple weeks, I didn't remember my family, my friends. I mean, you were doing things, but you're just going. You're just living life at hyperspeed. And the journal brings it all back. It slows it all down. So a couple points I want you to take away from today's video. Number one, journaling's great. What does it do? It helps you anchor. It gives you a time machine back, anchoring into a time, but you got to make sure you put things you'll remember, like Chaos with the cactus in his mouth, right? Anchoring those moments in the past. You control it. Don't let external sources like the media control it. The second thing it does is it gives you an outlet to let things out. It's your personal flow. It's an area that you can let go of things. But the third, and I really feel the most important thing, is it helps you start to get control of time. If you follow me any on my Morning Coach show, and you can go over to morningcoach.com and get all that information, you'll learn that I teach about the relativity of time. People always say, how do you stay so young, Jamie? You look young. I guess I look young for 51, but I stay young because I understand this ability to slow time down, to utilize tools like this, and to skip that speed, that hyperspeed path, and slow it all down, bring it all back. Okay, so that's the third thing. And don't make it a chore. Like, don't make this a task. Just journal when you feel you want to journal. And when you sit down to write that page today or tomorrow, whenever you do it, maybe it's part of your morning routine, and you start to write that journal out, I want you to look at the journal from before, the entries been before, and when was that? And if you're starting today, that's great. Or you're starting tomorrow, right? Let's get a journal going, and in a few days, write again. And in a couple months, you'll be blown away at how much time we just miss in our lives, how much time that we're not present with our families, how much time we're not present in our work, how much time we're not present with those around us because we're moving so fast, okay? So journaling today, anchoring, you can use that in your notes too. It'll help you remember. Anchor moments in your journal, write the date and time, and then start to understand time and the relativity time in a bigger picture. If you're liking this content, please put a thumbs up. It helps me with the algorithm. I don't know if YouTube will like this one. It's a little outside of my normal stuff, but I want to share with you some of these lessons that have helped me stay young, have energy, and really have a great life with amazing people like you in it. And a lot of it has to do with these tools that I've used. And if you want to learn more about Get It Done Now and the programs in the journal, head over to morningcoach.com. You can find out all that there. But I'm going to keep bringing you this content, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you enjoy this? Do you want more of this? And we're going to keep growing this channel. So lots of love to you. Get out there, have a great day, and let's get that journal started. And if you've been journaling, start to realize it from the relativity of time aspect. Is it helping you ground back into the moment, which is truly where the power is? Okay, go have a great one. Until the next one, we'll see you later. Have a fantastic day. Thank you.